Well, we're continuing our conversation about Black excellence, and I'm joined here with
Leonardo Owusu
Leo from.
from Ghana.
Being from a country where you're the majority, not the minority, when was the first time you experienced any type of racism in football?
Okay, the first time I experienced racism was when I moved to Israel. And then even when I moved to Israel, it wasn't like something that goes on there, but I was staying in a small city called Ashdod. And that is where I first experienced this in a game. So there was a player who I tackled, and then after, he called me black, you black guy, you suck, you black guy. So I complained to the referee, but the referee didn't do anything about it. Yeah. And also in training, also it happened. And then I complained also to the coach, and then they didn't do anything about it.
Like, what advice do you have to, like, say you're speaking to yourself as a child and you experience something like this in football or in school or even on the street? What is, like, how did you deal with it? What would you explain to this person?
Okay, so for me, as an example, when it happened, and then I had to complain to people, and then they didn't do anything about it. So I was like, I just took my mind off it, and I still had to prove a point by just playing or doing what the reason why I went to Israel. So because it happened to me like 3 times, and I had to complain, and they still didn't do anything about it. So it was like, then what am I complaining for? So just forget about it, and then just move on. And if you move on, and then you have like you get into a social media, many followers, and that you can at least share your experiences and then tell them, because you have now a big following, on social media, and then you can also help in that making a black, community not being like, okay, because we don't have like the mindset to speak out, but we can speak out when we want to.
Of course, of course, yeah, and that's I would give the same advice. In the time, it's easy to react harshly and get angry and be even violent sometimes. But sometimes it's best just to, speak to somebody you care about, let the coach know, even bring it to social media if you have to get support. Don't be afraid to speak up is generally the general theme of this right here. I played in Israel too. I didn't experience racism directly, but I experienced it indirectly. The way people like look at me different, maybe not treat me like other teammates. I felt a little bit treated different than other players, but it's a part of sports. Do you think, or how do you think sports helps promote equality?
Yeah, I think sports help a lot because it's a wide known thing, no matter the kind of sports that you're doing, I think it helps bring people together. And no matter where you're from, I think sports plays the most impact on helping to bring equality and also helping to people to realize that what the so-called whites can do, the blacks also can do, Yeah, so I think sports really, really help in bringing this equality in between,
Yeah,
bridging the gap.
I agree, and we've
Yeah.
seen it a lot over the last couple years or last year or so with the BLM movement. You've seen the MLS, all the players come together and use their voices to create positive change. So I think sports is huge on equality as well. What does it mean to you to be anti-racist?
Okay, what it means to me is, for me, I see everyone as the same. I see everyone as the same with equal opportunities. So I don't have to belittle anyone. You understand? I don't have to belittle anyone when I see that person. Okay, he's not my color, he's not from my country. I cannot see myself doing that. Yeah. So the same way, I want people to see me also like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like treat people like how you want to be treated. Like if the same how you would treat your family or your brother or someone of the same religion or same color. Treat everyone the same. I like that, Leo. Um, what do you think the best way to promote anti-racism? Like, how would you tell a kid, like, what should you do? That makes sense.
okay, what you should do is, okay, sometimes maybe even if the kid has not experienced racism, sometimes you can really share your opinion about it when you have not experienced it. When you experience it, now oh, this is the racism they talk about. So there you can really share your experience about it. That's why I was saying that you can talk with someone, yeah, someone of higher um, values or someone who is in a higher position to help spread the word, about being anti-racism. Because if that's what you said, if you want to be treated in a certain way, you have to treat people like that.
Of course, of course. And this whole thing is about Black excellence, players like you reaching the highest levels and performing and being a value and asset to a club like this. It's amazing. What does Black excellence mean to you?
For my point of Black excellence, it's like you equality, and then you being able to help bridge the gap in like the poor and also the rich in the Black community. So helping, like doing donations,
Like
and then,
Jingles Foundation.
like
He has a foundation, Leo.
yeah, like Jingles Foundation. Yeah. So that is where my definition of Black excellence, or what I think about it, that is where it comes from. When you get into a higher position, and then you don't look down on people, but you have to use that position to open doors for other people.
Wow, perfect. What pride do you feel in being Black?
For me, I feel proud to be Black. Yeah, for the first, because growing up, I grew up in Africa, and most of like percentages Black people. Yeah. So, and then we treat people, like even the whites, we treat them like, we hold them in high esteem when we see them. Like when I see a white person in Ghana, I see them as, oh, okay, I treat them even much more better than even my fellow Black people. So I didn't notice this until I went out of Ghana. Yeah. So that was where I knew that people belittle us and stuff. But for me, being Black, I think we have so many great opportunities. We are strong, and also we can stand for our right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Excellent.